4 lessons that we must learn if we're going to ensure this is sustainable. One of the things you talked about was local community involvement. In fact, I quote one of the lines from your article saying, unfortunately, afforestation is always led by a select few. Have we learned any lessons based on what you think we needed to learn? Or is this still being led by a select few?
Thank you for having me, Trevor, and thank you for reading my articles. I believe it encourages me to write the next one. And therefore, 4 lessons that I put in yesterday's message are based on very practical grassroots findings. And I highlighted 2 issues. The place where the president planted the last year's trees, where he planted trees equivalent to his age in a place called Konabaridi. Number 1, I met a lady called Naisenya, a 31-year-old with 3 children. And they say, 1, there is no engagement for the community because we are only given a job only when they have to replant the trees. This is the actual situation on the ground. And therefore, the local community is very hopeful for the trees to die so that they can get a new job. That is the reality on the ground. 2, they are saying these people are fighting with moles, which we know how to deal with. You can fence off that. We can't fence off the moles unless you involve us. They are saying that there is a big houses that have been built there and we are suffering. There's a lot of infrastructure. There's a big gate without a fence. And therefore, they are saying that if we were involved, then we would do something. When you look at also the funding in projects of government, and I say this with a lot of humility and believing that the government, and I'm very happy that George is here, because I'm saying it with kindness that we learn from this. It's positive critique. The community is saying, okay, you have had a lot of funding previously. There is one, we have been hearing about the Queen's Canopy. Where is that money? You ask any officer today, they don't know. Yet, either pledged or actually given, they don't know. Talk about Miti Mingi project, which has been funded to the tune of 2 billion shillings previously. And it is not about where the money is. No. It is just the communication. Let the people know, let the people get involved. They have an idea of how the ministry and how the government can be able to succeed. That is the community engagement. I have, as I finish to answer your question, I've been in places in Narok where people, when they are called to plant trees, they carry a pack of salt in their pockets and they put the salt the same day, the moment that they are planting trees, so that those trees don't grow, because they need the space that those trees are being planted for a different reason. I have been, and it is all documented in the task force report. I have been in Mount Kenya, where Kenyans are going to plant trees, and after the trees grow, after about 6 months, 8 months, they have a program they call Shtua program. They come to unplug the tree and pin it back. So you just actually see the plant or something in the hole that you planted, but it's not growing. And therefore, it means that there is need for involvement. The place where the president planted, very good trees, the ones that were planted by the president, are growing very well. Others that were planted and were small and tiny, they have since been replaced 4 times. This is the reason why we have a failure and 90% death rate of the trees, because they are not properly done. And these are lessons that we just need to learn.